Good afternoon, this is Paul, and today I have a BMW M3 competition touring. I'd like to show you around. So this car has the M Pro Pack, the Ultimate Pack, the M Carbon Pack, and it's fantastic. It's the direct competitor to the Audi RS4 Avant, although it does look a little more aggressive, I've got to say. It's sitting on 19-inch wheels at the front and 20-inch wheels at the back. It's in sapphire black, which is a lovely metallic. Very aggressive. That to me just looks like it belongs on a track. It looks so wide and so mean. And it looks even meaner from behind. I'll show you in a second. As I go around it, you can see. If you see this coming down the road, you know it's not a 320 diesel. This is very much a high performance car, and it's very obvious that although it's an estate car, it has capabilities far beyond that you could expect from pretty much any other estate car. Those four exhausts, they're not just there for show, they're not blanking pieces. That's what it takes to expel the gases from one of BMW's M engines. And another pointer as to the kind of performance this car has. If you want to know how fast a car goes, you need to know how fast it stops. That is a 19-inch wheel, and tucked in behind it, and if you can see, almost covering the whole of the interior of that wheel is a huge carbon ceramic disc and an enormous caliper there. That is some amazing stopping power. If that doesn't point out how much power this car's got, I don't know what does. So you're very much ticking the box in that you have a family car, one you can get the dog in, or you can get your golf clubs in, or whatever. But let's be clear, this car, it will keep up with most supercars, and it just looks really spectacular. See the competition? You've got nice gloss carbon on the door mirrors. You've got black roof bars, black design package all the way around the windows. You've got privacy glass or sun protection glass, depending on which way you look at it, because it doesn't just stop people from looking in. If you have children or a dog in the car, that will actually help to stop them getting too hot when you're in the middle of a hot summer. I'm going to pop the boot as well, because of course this is a main part of what this car is. We're just going to look at the condition. I don't see any marks there. You can drop the seats from back here, so you can do it without climbing in through the passenger rear doors. And you can see here, this has definitely not been used as a load lugger. Fabulous condition. And it's very practical. What an amazing looking car from behind. So, moving to the inside of the car, we have a bi-colour interior. Now, I'm looking at the pictures on my screen, and I'm looking at the colour of the red on the car, and they're not the same. The colour of the red on the car actually looks darker and more cherry than it does on the screen. So it's a little bit more toned down. It looks quite orangey and quite bright on my screen, but it's actually a lot darker than that. But what you can see here is you've got two different types of leather. You've got the black, and then you've got the red. You've got the lovely contrast stitching, and then you've got the really nice bit of aluminium all over those Harman Kardon speakers. Very nice. And you can see there that there's a memory setting for the seats. Moving on to the seats, These are some of the most spectacular seats that I've come across in any car. They're carbon fibre. When you look at them and think, well, wow, that's between the knees, very high side bolsters, lots of rigidity in there, and you kind of think, well, that doesn't look like it's going to be very comfortable. But it really is. You can adjust the bolsters here. They are fully electric. You can adjust everything on the button, and when you get inside, it just fits. It fits the small of your back beautifully. I get backache, lower back pain from injuries earlier on in life, and this is just fully supporting all the way up my spine, which is brilliant. And not only that, if you are driving actively and experiencing G-forces, this is going to keep you upright, which is obviously very, very much safer. You can see here we've got a sports exhaust, which is switchable, so you can either hear the song, or you can turn it down if you want to come home late at night and don't want to wake your neighbours up. You've got a drive mode switch here, engine start stop. You have the start stop here as well, automatic start stop. You can turn your parking sensors off, and you have your camera system and your traction control system. The BMW iDrive is very much, if you've had BMWs before, it works in very much the same way as all the home buttons there. And then this, you can move backwards and forwards, up and down, and you can also tap it as a touchpad. Coming up to the screen, you can see here, there we go, that you can use this iDrive very effectively. And I think having the iDrive down there and having the control down there, you get used to it really quickly, and it means that you're not looking down at what you're doing, whereas if you were pressing the screen, and you can press the screen, you kind of look at what you're doing, take your eye off there, which is where you should be looking when you're driving. So I quite like that rather than touchscreen myself, and then you don't get lots of dirty finger marks all over it. But for those of you who like touchscreens, it's great. I'm going to put my foot on the brake, and I'm going to press the start button. It leaps into life. It says full drive power available shortly, but that is a really cool display. Very clear, very easy to read. And if I pop it into reverse, you can see not only have you got a nice, very clear reversing camera, but you've also got a 360-degree camera, which makes parking in places like this a lot easier. But more importantly, if you're trying to park somewhere late at night and it's dark and it's raining and what have you, and you can't see out of the mirrors, that really, really helps. So that can save you a fair few pounds of damage. Now I'm going to try and zoom in to show you the head-up display. Don't know if you can see that. My camera's not very good at this, but you can just about see it there. It's a head-up display. So again, it's a good safety feature, but a nice thing to have if you're driving quickly, because it means you don't have to take your eye off the road. The armrest has charging ports in it, and you also have a wireless charger down here and a USB there as well. So all works off the apps on your phone. I won't turn that off because I don't want to have the engine running for too long inside a building. Really, really cool car. And the steering wheel, it's all carbon. It's a nice soft leather with this beautiful bicolour M stitching. I've always been impressed by the stitching on M cars because it's just really decorative. Nice gloss carbon on the steering wheel. You've got a heater on the steering wheel as well. Multifunctions on this side. Cruise control, speed limiter, active cruise control as well, so you can pick the distance between you and the car in front, and it uses radar assistance to hold you in a position, and lane control as well, so that you don't wander in and out of your lanes. And of course you have the M buttons here, and your minus and plus for the up and down change on the paddle shift. So a lot to play with. Now moving towards the back, I generally have my feet quite straight in front of me, so it's quite nice to know that even with my feet straight, there's plenty of leg room in the back. In the back here you can see those really spectacular carbon fibre seats. It's just amazing. And then you've got the rear seats. Again, it's looking very bright on my phone. It's not as bright as it looks, so I'll try and do better with my DSLR camera. The lovely black and red. So I hope you like the car. I hope you like the video and find the video useful. If you'd like to know more about the car, please visit our website www.bramshawebv.com. Pop us an email, drop us a text or a WhatsApp, or give us a call. We'd love to talk to you about it. Thank you for watching.